now formatted. Okay. If you want to go for less than, I mean, now you can understand, you don't need to go for each and check each and everything, less than, between, equal to, and so on and so forth, right? And there are other things that we'll look at later. There you have top bottom rules as well. So you can say, let's say top 10 items. And then of course, this 10 can be changed. And let's say I go for top 3. So the first, I mean, the top 3 can then be formatted. Okay. Or as you can understand, I can also go for bottom 3, bottom 4, top 10%, bottom 10%. So top 10%, correct, would be this. So if I keep increasing and make it 30%, let's say, I get this too. Okay. Similarly, you can do a bottom 10% and all that stuff. Another interesting thing and useful thing is above average, which we need all the time. So above average is this. So it calculates the average and indicates the rows where you have above average values. Okay, great. So now after the class, please do check these things out, but very, very easy to understand. I mean, if you just read the menu items, you know what this does. So not very difficult at all. There are interesting stuff that you can do with data bars and color scales and all that stuff, but and icon sets, correct? But I would urge you to go through it on your own. There's no point in spending too much time on these things in class, because again, very easy to understand and work with this. But what I'm going to focus on now is how do you write formulas so that conditional formatting can evaluate those formulas and then format depending on the result of the formula. That's more interesting and challenging. That's what we'll do right now. Okay, let's start. We'll go to this particular problem. So this is a real life problem that I was someone gave it to me. I have sort of masked the column names and data and all that, but you can understand that these are problems that people really face while working with Excel. Maybe those of you who have worked have already faced it, right? Now, what is the problem? The problem is I have 3 parameters, parameter 1, 2, and 3, and there are these values. Now, this is what I want to do. I want to make parameter 3 red, right? Font color, let's say red. If the corresponding...
excuse me, sir. So actually, I'm having delay between video and Excel sheet.
Yeah.
I refreshed it, but still there is some delay.
You need to check on your bandwidth.
Bandwidth would be a problem, I guess.
If I check my bandwidth, then.
Yeah. Do you know how to check it?
No, I don't know how to do it.
Okay. Then what is that website? I forgot the name of that. Anyway, I
just do a speed test.
Speedtest.net. Go to speedtest.net and check your bandwidth. I think that's the problem there. If your bandwidth is fine, then you have to kind of take some help from someone else. But I guess it's a bandwidth issue.
Okay.
If it's a delay, it's a bandwidth.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Anyway, so parameter 3, I want the font color to be red if it is less than 0. Okay. So here, this one will be in red. F17 on the screen, F17 should be in red because that's their parameter 3 is less than 0. Okay. Now, parameter 3, make it blue. Make it blue if the corresponding parameter 1 is greater than 0 and parameter 2 is equals to 0. That's the condition. Okay, which means this one, F16 and F19 should be in blue. Okay, that's what you have been asked to do. So let's see how you do that. Okay, now it's not a trivial problem now, because there are conditions given. Okay, and later on you'll see how you can make this programmable, in the sense you can change these conditions and still make conditional formatting work. So those things can also be done. We'll see that later. But I hope you can understand that it's a non-trivial problem. It's not a very trivial thing to do. Okay, so the first one is trivial, of course, but the second one is not so trivial. So let's do that. Now, here is how you do it. You are only formatting parameter 3. So select only this. Do not select the entire thing. Just select F16 to F19, because this is what you want to format. Okay, great. Go to conditional formatting, right? And then say highlight cell rules less than 0. Okay, less than 0. And I said font color red. So let's do that. Let's go to custom format and font red. Okay, and say OK. So this is what it is. The first thing is done. So if it is greater than, if it's less than 0, it's in red. Great. What about the second one? The second one is talking about a condition which is and, right? So parameter 1 and parameter 2. So to check both. And here you have to write a formula for this. You write a formula for this. So we have already written or entered the first rule, which made this one red. Now we're going to enter the second rule, okay, which is going to turn F16 and F19 to blue. So again, select this 4, go to conditional formatting, but this time I'm going to go new rule. I'm going to go to new rule. Click on new rule, and this will come out. Here again, you'll have lots of values that will, lots of options that you'll get. We'll skip all of that and straight go to use a formula to determine which cells to format. Okay, use a formula to determine which cells to format. And here we write a formula. Okay, so let's do that. So what do we write? We write equals, because it's a formula, so we start with equals and, okay, I'm not sure if you can see this. You can't, I guess. Hold on just a second. Let me see if I can help you there. What I want to look at is magnifier. And here it is. Yeah, I am sure you can see it right. Yeah. So, but I'll have some problems, of course. Parameter 1 is greater than 0. Okay. Parameter 1 is greater than 0. Right. So this D16 is greater than 0. Okay. But think about it for a moment. This rule is going to be applied from F16 to F19, right? So I don't want the 16 to get locked. So I'm going to remove the dollar before 16. Yeah. Okay. And what does it say? Parameter 1 greater than 0. So D16 greater than 0. And What else? Parameter 2 equals to 0. So E16, and again I remove the dollar before 16, equals 0. Okay? And then I say format, color, make it blue. Okay. Right? Okay. And you can see that these two cells are now blue. Let me now remove the magnification. And you can see that these two texts are in blue. Is this clear? All of you? First thing is, you have been able to do it, replicate what I've done. But that's not a big deal. You can do it. More importantly, you understand what is happening. Okay? So again, it's nothing very difficult. Really nothing very difficult. Just, okay, by the way, if you go to conditional formatting and say manage rules, this will show all the rules that you have entered till now. The thing is, by default, it shows current selection. All that you have to do is say this worksheet. And here are the two rules that you have just entered. Okay. Now you can click on this and say edit rule. And you can see the formulas again. Now look at the formula and try and ensure that you have understood. Why did I remove the dollar sign before 16? That has to be clear. Is that clear? The reason I have removed it is because I'm going to check the values from 16 through 19. But if I keep the dollar sign before 16, it keeps checking 16 only, right? And therefore it doesn't work. It doesn't do what I'm trying to do. Okay? So that's why I removed the dollar before 16. I hope you are okay. Are you? Everyone's fine?
So can you
No
zoom
issues
by?
anywhere?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Good. Then
Can
let's
you
go to
zoom
the
by,
next
sir?
one.